Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Taking a look at the Hudson County real estate market in the past week, there have been 122 properties that have offers that are accepted on them. These are properties that are going under contract. Last week, it was 90, so we have increased over the previous week. These properties had an average list price of $826,000 and a median list price of $750,000. That is also about the same from last week. Last week was $835,000 for the average and $725,000 for the median. So up on the median, and the average is about the same from last week. Days on the market. These properties averaged 32 days on the market on average. Median days on the market was 20, and last week it was 37 days for the average and 20 for the median. So we're days on the market's been consistent the last couple of weeks. You're looking at around like less than 30 days on average. Looking through the list of properties, a few that stood out to me that went under contract in Hoboken. You had a unit at Maxwell Place, 1125 Maxwell Lane, unit 908, 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,939 square feet, on the market 30 days. This listed for $2,590,000. Also came with parking for one car. It's a 3-bed, 3 full bath. Do not have interior photos of this. This is in phase 2 of Maxwell Place, which is 1125 Maxwell Lane, built around 2007. Concierge building. They have the outdoor pool there, a large fitness center and residence lounge. And this is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,939 square foot unit. So rather large. Going under contract. List price was $2,590,000. Also in Hoboken, in the northeast corner, you have the Hudson T building, 1500 Washington Street, unit 5C. This was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot unit. So a large 1-bedroom. And this listed for $750,000, on the market for 5 days. And it is now under contract. And this is located in 1500 Washington. The Hudson T building is made up of 2 separate buildings. You have 1500 Washington Street, which is the long rectangular building. And then you have 1500 Hudson Street, which is like an L-shaped building. It actually loops around here to the left. So you have 2 buildings that make up the Hudson T. Each building has their own 24-hour concierge. It's the same condo association. The fitness center and amenities, residence lounge, are located in 1500 Hudson. There's a children's playroom and a business center in 1500 Washington. And both buildings are elevator buildings. I don't have interior photos of this property either. It looks like they were taken down. However, this is a large 1-bedroom, on the market 5 days at the Hudson T building, 1500 Washington Street, 5C. List price was $750,000. Up in Hoboken at the Upper Grand, 1200 Grand Street, unit 426, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,072 square feet. This was on the market 6 days. List price was $1,100,000. Also came with parking for 1 car. Upper Grand, located in the northwest corner of Hoboken, built around 2003, 2004. Multiple buildings made up of 1100 Adams Street, 1200 Grand, and 1300 Grand. Elevator buildings. They have fitness centers on site. I believe they have virtual doormans there. At their courtyard buildings. So some units have private outdoor space, and there's a large public outdoor space area in the middle of the building as well. And this is located not far from ShopRite. You have the beer garden up there. There's a large park that they just built in the last few years across the street from the project, over on 13th and Adams Street or so. And then you're not far from the light rail. And this looks like it's a renovated unit, or part of it has been updated. And this is under contract at the Upper Grand, 1200 Grand Street, unit 426, on the market 6 days. List price was $1,100,000. Going into downtown Jersey City, at 88 Morgan Street. This is penthouse 4-6. This is a one bed, one bath, 792 square foot unit on the 53rd floor. List price was $750,000, on the market 34 days. So 88 Morgan is the former Trump Plaza building, built in 2006 or so. Originally developed by a local Jersey City-based developer, Metro Homes. It was at one point the largest residential building in New Jersey and then in Jersey City, but it's been eclipsed by 99 Hudson, which is looking right out the window of this building here. But it's 56 stories tall. There are 6 stories of penthouses. So from 50 to 56 are all the penthouse units. And those units, there's fewer units per floor on the penthouse level. So some of the units there tend to be larger than on the lower floors, and some of them do have outdoor space. This is a south-facing one-bedroom. So you're looking here. You have a view of Lower Manhattan as well as towards the Statue of Liberty. This is a very bright unit. 88 Morgan concierge building. They have a large level of amenities: outdoor pool, large fitness center, large residence lounge area, game room area, indoor hot tub, grotto area, business center. So amenity driven building. Parking is available to rent on site in the building on a monthly basis. In this building, nobody owns parking. You can only rent it. And you're not far from Exchange Place and Grove Street Path. And this is under contract, 88 Morgan Street, penthouse 4-6, on the market 34 days, listed for $750,000. Moving a little further north in Newport section of Jersey City, you have One Shore Lane, unit 2210, on the market 20 days, a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,280 square foot unit. List price was $1,250,000. And this is located in the Shore Club. The Shore Club in Newport is made up of 2 separate buildings. You have One Shore Lane, which is where the unit's located. And looking south, you see over here, this is 20 Newport Parkway, which is the south tower. The buildings do connect. You can access one building from the other. There's actually a section of homes that run along between both buildings. Above the Morton Williams supermarket. So that whole structure, there are condos there as well. The building has all the amenities are on the roof. So you have the top of the building, you have a residence lounge, fitness center, you have an outdoor sun deck area, children's playroom. It's all up here. And then you also have a little indoor hot tub area up here as well. So parking right next door, a parking deck is attached to the building. You could rent parking on a monthly basis. And this is not far from Hoboken Pass Station and not far from Newport Pass Station, which is a little further south. So this listed for $1,250,000 on the market for about 3 weeks at the Shore Club. And all these buildings I'm discussing will be linked down below here on YouTube from my website, livingonthehudson.com, where you can check out units that are available or that have recently sold in the complexes. Also, let's see here, 99 Hudson Street. So I talked about 88 Morgan being at one point the tallest building. This is the tallest building now. 99 Hudson Street, unit 601. This is a studio layout, 474 square feet. List price was $565,000. The studios in 99 Hudson are actually not in the tower portion of the building. They're located on the Green Street side of the community. So 99 Hudson takes up a whole city block, and on the western side of that city block, there's a part. This is where they have the studio layouts for the building. You have access to all the amenities at 99 Hudson, 24-hour concierge. You have an outdoor pool, residence lounge, large level of amenities. Residence lounge, a library, large fitness center. So a very high level amenity driven building. Theater room. So that's under contract. List price $565,000, 23 days in the market at 99 Hudson Street. Looking a little further north, in North Bergen. Over at the Watermark, this is 8100 River Road. This is on the border of Edgewater and North Bergen in North Bergen. Unit 1101, 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,966 square feet. On the market 35 days. List price was $1,350,000. Came with parking for 2 cars. Watermark, built around 2007, 2008 by WCI Communities. It's again, a very high level amenity driven building. So you have an indoor pool and an outdoor pool, 24-hour concierge, doorman, a large level of amenities. They have 2 on-site suites that can be rented out, like almost like hotel rooms. If you own in the complex or you live in the complex and you want to have a guest stay, you can reserve that for them. Only residents are allowed to reserve those. They have a large residence lounge, screening room area, children's play area, residence lounge area, as I mentioned, large fitness center. So this is a south-facing 3-bedroom. So it looks south toward, this is Rock Harbor over here, which is the townhome community, and this looks south down the river. You can see the Galaxy Towers peeking out over here, and this is an updated unit. This is not the original kitchen that was put in when they built these. And this is a very bright unit because it is south facing. And that is under contract, listed for $1,350,000 at the Watermark. Over in West New York, not far from the Watermark, 9 Ave at Port Imperial, Unit 803. List price was $1,699,000. This is 9 on the Hudson, developed by K. Avnanian around 2018. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,906 square foot unit. On the market 61 days. It also came with parking for 2 cars. As I mentioned, this was developed by K. Avnanian, steel and concrete building. They have various layouts in this building. They have 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and I think there might even be a few 4-bedroom layouts. There's some townhome duplex layouts. Concierge building, 24-hour concierge, large level of amenities. They have a rooftop area with barbecue area and grills. They have a pool area, large fitness center that takes up 2 different floors in the community, and a residence lounge, children's play area, and on-site parking. And this is under contract at 9 on the Hudson in the Port Imperial section of West New York. List price $1,699,000. Looking through some units that sold. I mentioned Maxwell Place earlier. Here you have 1125 Maxwell Lane, Unit 525. So this is phase 2 of Maxwell Place. Same building where the one that went under contract that I discussed a few minutes ago, the 3-bedroom. Here you have a 2-bed, 2.5 bath, Unit 525. List price was $1,555,000. It sold for $1,525,000. 27 days in the market. It also came with parking for 1 car. So this one sold under asking. And this is on the courtyard, it looks like. So this is a courtyard unit. It overlooks the courtyard and has a small view, skyline view of New York City. You can see the tops of some of the buildings. And that is sold for $1,525,000 at Maxwell Place. Here you have another 1-bedroom in the same building, 1125 Maxwell Lane, Unit 551. List price $899,000. It sold for $899,000. 6 days in the market. 1 bed, 1.5 bath, 895 square feet. So it's also on the 5th floor, and that's sold for $899,000. A 1-bedroom. Don't have interior photos, but this is in phase 2 of Maxwell Place, 1125 Maxwell Lane, on the market a week for $899,000. Not far from Maxwell Place, a little further north, you have 2 Constitution Court, which is in the Shipyard Complex. This is like the first luxury high-rise that was built on the Hoboken waterfront, built in the year 2000. 2 Constitution Court, Unit 416, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet. List price was $1,399,000. It sold for $1,450,000. 5 days on the market, so it sold $51,000 over asking. It also had this outdoor space here right off the unit. So in the South Constitution building, the fourth floor units are essentially on the top of the parking deck. So these units have private patios, and then this area on the left side is common outdoor space. So everyone has access to this area here, but these units have these private outdoor areas. And that's what this unit had the very large patio area. This building is very close to the ferry to New York. It's a 24-hour concierge building located in that shipyard complex. You have quick access to not far from the bus on 14th Street to New York City as well. And also in the shipyard community, you have the Starbucks, you have a King Supermarket, Walgreens, I believe, is there, a liquor store. So everything kind of right in that area. You don't have to go far if you need to grab something. But this has sold over at 2 Constitution Court for $1,450,000. And this has been updated. This is not an original kitchen. So also downtown Jersey City at the Portofino, 1 2nd Street, unit 1108. This is located on 2nd Street, not far from Grove Street Path, as well as Exchange Place. 1 bed, 1 bath, 743 square feet. List price was $699. It sold for $690,000 on the market for a month. It also came with parking for 1 car. So this is a north-facing 1-bedroom, looking north towards Newport section of Jersey City. Portofino was built in the early 2000s. It was converted into condominium around 2004. Originally developed by Roseland Properties. They developed this building as well as Mandalay on the Hudson, which is located on the same block. That address is 22nd Street. This is 1 2nd Street. They are very similar buildings. Concierge building, steel and concrete construction. They outdoor pool, fitness center, residence lounge areas. And they have similar layouts, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedrooms. So this has sold over at Portofino for $690,000 on the market for 30 days. And up in Newport section, you have 45 River Drive South, unit 910. This is like one of the first high rises that was built in downtown Jersey City around 1987, developed by LaFrac in the Newport section. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,030 square foot unit on the 9th floor. List price was $799,000. It sold for $780,000, 25 days in the market. So this is building used to be called the James and Rowe. It's now called the Emerald. The Condo Association renamed it. Concierge building. They have a fitness center on site. They also have a lounge area that the association has developed off the first floor. And this is an updated unit, so it's not original to the building. It looks like the flooring was changed. And this is a north-facing unit. So this looks north here towards, this is the Shore Club over here. Yeah, this was renovated, so you have a newer bathroom put in. And this is sold for $780,000 over at the Emerald. And finally, in Weehawken at Gregory Commons, 530 Gregory Avenue, unit 410C, you had a 2-bed, 2-bath duplex, 1,375 square feet. List price was $579. It sold for $565,000 on the market for 27 days. So don't have a lot of photos here for this unit. This is Gregory Commons is made up of 3 separate buildings on Gregory Avenue. I believe it used to be a shirt factory. Developed into condominiums in the late 80s, around 1987, 88. And it overlooks the Lincoln Tunnel helix. So if you're on the cliff, it looks right down at the entrance to Lincoln Tunnel. And you have 3 separate buildings. There's an indoor pool there, 24-hour concierge, as well as a fitness center. And many of the units are loft-like. So because it's a former factory, some have very high ceilings. Some of them are, the bedrooms are more lofted where it's an open space versus a private bedroom, but there are layouts like that. Layouts vary in the community from like 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms. But this is sold at Gregory Commons for $565,000. Not too many new. I didn't come across any like relevant news articles over the past week for real estate news in Hudson County. This is a snapshot of the Hudson County real estate market. As of today, the inventory levels, the absorption rates, the pace at which each area is selling, inventory levels, meaning how many homes are for sale in all these markets that I'm covering, and also how many homes year to date have sold, properties year to date sales for you to check out. You could download that on YouTube. But these videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below, or you can email me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.